Well, for more on this, I'm joined in our studio by correspondent Hashem Ahelbarra, who has just recently returned from Yemen. What more can you tell us about these attacks?
Well, we've been talking to different sources in Yemen, and they're basically saying that there have been multiple attacks in Shabwah targeting military and police installations, particularly the Nusayma military camp in Shabwah. That's an area where basically the army launches attacks against al-Qaeda operatives in the Shabwah province. There's no claim of responsibility, but however, the type of attack, it's always a signature weapon of al-Qaeda, the daring attacks, very sophisticated attacks using bombs planted in vehicles or suicide bombers. That's a typical signature weapon of al-Qaeda in the area. We know that al-Qaeda is very, very strong. You're not talking about dozens. We're talking about thousands of fighters, not only from Yemen, from the Arabian Peninsula, from North Africa, from Afghanistan, from Pakistan, from different parts of the world, who are very affiliated to this whole idea of launching jihad against the Americans. Why targeting Shabwah? For one simple reason. They've been saying that if the Americans use drone attacks, we will retaliate. Sometimes, you know, for logistics reasons, it takes them some time, and we think this attack today in Shabwah was a revenge attack against the drone attacks used by the Americans, because we have to say that the Americans have been multiplying their drone attacks over the last few weeks to target al-Qaeda leadership.
Now, can you give us a picture of the situation there? There was an assassination attempt against the president recently. There's been also a trial about that. Give us an idea of how al-Qaeda manages to operate there. When
you look at most of the so-called Arab Spring countries, they have huge problems. Yemen is one of those countries, sometimes just for some different reasons. It's not a radar screen of the international community. But Yemen is yesterday, 2 days ago, they should have completed the transitional period and agreed on the future shape of the country. They failed. The former dictator Ali Abdullah Saleh thinks that this is his golden opportunity to stage a comeback. I was invited to his birthday party last year, and you know what? I asked him, do you regret being pushed out of power? He said, you know what? Give me 1 year and I will be back in power. 2 weeks ago, I was in Abiyan, which was until recently under al-Qaeda control. I was filming in a checkpoint. Suddenly, the army came to the area and said, you have to leave. I said, why? They said, because it takes al-Qaeda 2-3 minutes to gather information, send a suicide bomber, they will target the whole area. That gave me a sense of, you know what, the army needs more time to control this area. You're not only talking about Abiyan, Shabwah and Marib, you're talking about a large swathe of land where al-Qaeda enjoys huge leverage, but also protection from tribal leaders who say that, you know what, these people are fighting a religious cause. Therefore, it's our duty as a religious nation to fight alongside. It's going to be an extremely delicate task for not only the Yemenis, because the Yemenis don't have the know-how and the expertise and the capabilities to stem the rise of al-Qaeda, but also the international community. But the problem here is the Americans say that the best way to tackle al-Qaeda is drone attacks. But with the collateral damage, you're getting more people being recruited by al-Qaeda just because of the drone attacks.